No balls. Thank you.
Sandy, did I just hear you? Are you talking to me?
I'm sorry, I'm not. I
Hi,
didn't realize I wasn't muted. I said
good
thank you to
morning.
Marlisa. Good morning.
Thanks.
Okay, I will mute myself now.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks.
Good morning, Mr. Hadley.
Good morning.
How's it going?
It's going pretty well.
Cool. Hey, are you here for Mr. Ellison?
No, I'm here. I'm the scheduled, well, maybe I'm the scheduled show cause VOP.
And this
But
is a review.
Yeah, I didn't get anything emailed over to me for any
Oh.
VOPs, but I don't know.
Okay. Oh, you're okay. Yeah. We do have one? Oh. Wait, the judge is coming out.
I think they got me double booked today. I think I'm doing in-house arraignments if we have any as well, but there's usually not very many.
No. Okay, great.
Good morning, Mr. Hadley.
Morning, Your Honor. See if I can figure this out.
Mr. Marks and Miss Lacy, this is 223374 LT Park Estates versus Susan Gunderson. May I have your appearances, please?
Your Honor,
Lacy.
Jeremy,
Go ahead, Mr.
sorry,
Marks.
sorry, Miss Lindsay. Jeremy Marks appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
I'm sorry, Mr. Marks?
Jeremy Marks appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Gabriel Lacy appearing on
I
behalf of
can't
the
hear
defendant.
either
Your
one
Honor.
of you.
Can you hear me, Judge? I can hear them.
Mary Ann, do you have sound in there?
Yes.
Oh, no, no, this is not good. Let's try something else. Let's try this again. Your appearances, please.
Jeremy Marks appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Gabriel Lacy appearing on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor.
Nope.
Mary Ann, while we're getting coordinated with the judge, I'd be happy to go into a breakout room with Ms. Lacy and my client to maybe discuss the matter, if that's permissible.
I'm sorry, Mr. Marks. I was on the phone. What did you say? I'm sorry.
No, no problem. I was just saying if in order to streamline while the judge gets her audio working, I'd be happy to go in a breakout room with Ms. Lacy and my client, Kim Kobish.
Sure.
I think we might be able to resolve this.
I'll do that right now for you.
Thank you.
Someone say something, please. Hey, Judge. Good morning. What's the problem?
I couldn't hear them.
I can hear you guys now.
They can hear me, I can't hear them.
It's on your hair, the volume.
Oh, that would be helpful. Thank you.
Yep.
Why would that never?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
thanks. I was just logging on from the office and Mary was like, I'll call Freya, so.
Hopefully that works.
Thank you. Clearly it did.
So here's the thing.
It's just a Monday, Mary Ann, that's all that it is.
If that's the only thing that's gonna happen, then we're gonna have a smooth sailing week.
Well, you know what? Yeah, this is not how it normally is. This is not the sound I usually have. Because usually I can hear it all here. I have to talk to Fred.
Your Honor, are you handling the arraignments today if we have any, or is that even out of a different court than this one?
I am.
Okay, at least I'm only in two. Yeah, I get it.
Have you received something from Andy?
No, I haven't. Just wanted to make sure that I didn't need to be in a third following along.
No.
I've just got one matter in Magistrate Hindemans that was set for 9 and the individual hasn't shown up yet. So I think I'm undivided here. We should be okay.
Okay, and Mr. Ellison was due here at 9 o'clock as well?
I see Mr. Ellison, but
Or was he later?
I'm here, Your Honor.
Nope, he's at 9 o'clock. 9:30, I'm sorry, 9:30.
Oh, 9:30.
Oh, no, he's here. Are you all ready?
in Your Honor, I haven't received anything. Is this a VOP?
It was, is listed as a review date. Mr. Ellison,
Yes.
have you sent proofs of your community service hours to probation?
I talked to the gentleman and he was gonna put me on a payment plan. He was I can't afford the 150. I can afford like $50 to $75 a month because I'm disabled. I can't work right now. But if I can find a community service job, you know, in like another 2 months, I can start it then. But I was just gonna pay
No,
some money
Mr.
to come start.
Ellison, give me one moment. Let me actually call the cases. It's there 1943090 OD and 1820020 OT. 18R601071 OI. These are all City of Romulus versus Jonathan Ellison. State your name
Yes,
for me, please, sir.
Jonathan Gregory Ellison.
Thank you. Your cases are scheduled today for review. It appears that you have some community service hours due.
Yes.
Okay. Because your payments, the money due on the files was being converted into community service hours. You'll be credited $15 for each hour of community service you completed. That was the understanding and agreement after the
But
last time you appeared on November the 18th.
I was just gonna pay some money. Then after Christmas, I was gonna start the community service.
Have you paid any money in the last month?
Because no, we was working it out, trying to figure out where can we go with what he was gonna do, because they was trying to charge me $150 a month, but I can't afford that. I couldn't agree to pay $150 a month. So I was gonna wait. They said wait till we talk to you on the 12th. Just seeking you lower it down for me, something I can afford.
See, Mr. Ellison, that's not what we agreed to when you were last here. It was very specifically that your fines and costs would be converted into community service hours. If you were going to pay, you should have paid something or should have started community service. Because I tell most people the same thing, that if you don't have someplace that you're already doing hours, reach out to the probation department and they can give you a list of agencies that we would accept hours from.
Yes, he provided me with that, but I ended up doing community service for a person that was a nonprofit. I did some
You-
work for a person, but I had paperwork I turned back in, but they didn't accept it because the person I did the work for was a nonprofit.
You did the work for a nonprofit organization? You
I
said,
mean,
you
for a
keep saying,
profit. Yeah, but for a profit organization. But she wasn't listed as a nonprofit, but she didn't pay me to do the work for her. I just volunteered and helped out with the birthday party for the kids and everything. You know, that's what she do. She have a party for children. And I helped set up everything. And I gave the gentleman the hours, but he didn't accept them. He said he didn't approve of them.
are you talking about Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Okay. So when
So
was that?
this was like about last month.
So Mr. Ellison,
They
you
get
said
it.
you're gonna pay some money in January.
I have a bond up. I thought they can apply that to the bond, but I can start paying on December 23rd.
Start paying how much?
$75. So I can
Mr.
make it
Ellison,
100.
these
can make it
cases are
100.
3 and 4 years old. So you're gonna pay $75 a month beginning on December 23rd,
Yes.
and you're not going to do the community service?
I don't think I have another. I was gonna start it, but I couldn't start it till after like Christmas or something, January. If I can just make 2 payments, then I can start the community service.
You're gonna make 2 $75 payments and then you're gonna do community service.
Yeah, I should be. By the time the second payment go through, I've been found the place and started up for you already.
Mr. Ellison, you don't have to find a place. Our community service, our probation department has a list of places.
Yes, I'm gonna go with the email he sent me and find this place, because on this place I know the people on Wayne Road. My mother-in-law go to church at the church house on Wayne Road here, so I was gonna go there and do some community service there.
Mr. Ellison, I'll make notes in the file, in your 3 files, that you will pay $75 on December 23rd, and that will be your payment plan going forward. Okay?
Yes,
Anything else?
but if I find community service, can I try that again or no?
Mr. Ellison, it's not a back and forth. It's, do you want to pay or do you want to do the community service hours? When you were here the last time, you told me that you have financial issues, which is why
I
you
do the
hadn't been
community, I
paying.
do,
And you
I
owe,
do the
hold on one
community
second.
service.
And at that time, you owed the
Okay.
court over $2,000. And so I said to you that we'd be willing to convert it to community service.
Yes,
So what is it that you're going to do?
I'm gonna do the community service.
But you haven't done any in a month.
No, the one I did do, he didn't accept it.
Mr. Ellison, he didn't accept it, and you would have known that if you had talked to him beforehand.
Yes, I talked to him. That's when he told me he didn't accept it. Then he tried to work the payment plan out with me. Then that's when he said we just go in front of the judge because I couldn't afford the 150. But I had a community service done before the next time you see me.
So, Mr. Ellison, what I'll do is make a note in the file that you'll pay $75 per month beginning on December 23rd, 2022. We will reset today's hearing for 60 days out. I don't have an exact date, but the probation department will mail you a February date to return back with me. If we come back on that date and you have not either continued making payments or turned in a substantial number of community service hours on these now 3- and 4-year-old cases, you and I will have a different conversation about how you resolve the 3 files that you owe money on to this court, okay?
Yes, I understand.
Anything else, Mr. Ellison?
No, I'm all set.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too, Your Honor.
Bye-bye. Mary Ann,
Yes, ma'am.
I need Fred back, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Was Mr. Ellison a surprise, a surprise show up today? I don't see him on the docket.
No, he's on as a review.
Okay, because I just used the court's website to pull it up and I was kind of using
It
that to
wasn't on
move through.
there?
I don't see it. I've only
Oh,
got
that's
two.
odd, because it was on the docket from docket sheet I received last week.
Your Honor, I've got 2 9 o'clocks. There's a Park Estates and then a Susan Gunderson. Then there's nothing else on the 34th website.
Landlord tenant cases.
Huh. What if this just hadn't been updated?
I was only expecting to see you for arraignments.
That's all I'm here for then. They being the MIDC did email me your future VOP dates for the rest of this month, January and February. So I think there's been a few of those days that I showed up thinking that that's what I was supposed to do. And you guys are kind of, what are you doing here? You know? Like,
Well, because I have them as dates, and if there's nothing set,
so it's kind of like placeholders. If we have them, then they'll be set for those dates. Gotcha.
right, I try to give them to the probation department a quarter in advance so they can get their scheduling done.
I'm sure some of my cohorts will probably kick me for this, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, it seems to me like I can get the arraignments and the VOPs done at the same time for the most part, if everybody, you know, kind of works together instead of having 2 attorneys on.
That's why I put my probation dates on my arraignment dates. I figure
See?
somebody's gonna be here anyway. So I figured out, Mary, well, not figured it out, but the speakers are usually on in the courtroom and they're not on.
It's so weird. You leave one day and the next day you come in, it's all different. Why?
And I know it was the speakers, because remember when we heard that somebody's smoke detector battery was dying and it sounded like it was in the hallway?
Oh, right.
That's because these speakers were so loud, but that's not what I'm hearing from right now. I'm hearing from this computer, which is not right. There's an echo now. But when Fred came in, I thought it was fixed because I could hear, but oh, it's quite the Monday.
But the Lions won.
Well. Okay. The speakers are not on.
Okay.
And that's normally how I hear, and I don't know how those are off.
I don't either.
Thank you. Well, see, Mr. Hadley, I'm married to a Lions fanatic, and I didn't realize they had won because I don't watch the game and I didn't see any updates.
Sorry about that.
No, go do your doc, and I'm just yammering away.
It's more fun than my docket. I'll be right back.
Mhm.
Those speakers don't output through that. They're just there to amplify the microphones in the room.
But when I,
I know you heard it somewhere else. I was trying to figure out what.
thank you. You need him to talk?
I need someone to talk.
She can talk, or I can talk. Marianne, could you talk for Fred, please, about anything and nothing?
Sure, yeah. Can you hear me okay?
No.
I can hear you, he can't.
Uh-oh.
I can't tell what happened because I know I could hear that beeping in the hallway. So I don't know why the sound is not feeding the way it was doing on Friday, because Friday we were fine when we were doing arraignment.
Yeah. You sound fine. You sound fine.
I sound fine to you right now?
Yep.
It's still going in that same
The
microphone.
problem is I can hear myself echoing, which is not how it usually is. So I don't know what happened between Friday and today. Except he was a really good Santa Claus. I'll give him credit for that. They had a chair set up and a backdrop, and the kids were enamored with him.
So how long was he Santa?
4 hours,
Oh, wow.
9 to 12. I'm sorry, 8 to 12.
Does he have his own costume or does he run it?
No, she bought the costume years ago. Somebody else had been her Santa for a couple years, and then 1 year, maybe 4 years ago, they were a no-show, and he happened to be there with me. And she was like, "Will your husband mind?" I was like, "Probably not." So he put on the outfit, and it worked. His only complaint, the mustache, the beard was itchy, so he bought his own beard and hair this year.
Oh my God, he was prepared.
But he's been her Santa probably for the last 4 Pancake with Santa days. The only thing he didn't have was like a bag for the toys. The toys and they gave away bikes and toys and computers.
Wow.
I know. It was nice.
What group was this?
This is Healthy Kids, the
Oh, right.
Tyndall Recreation Center. So it was nice. There was somebody there dressed as a Grinch. There was somebody else there dressed as just an elf, and they were really entertaining the kids, going from table to table. And yeah, there were probably about, I don't know, 80, 90 people there.
That's a good crowd.
Yeah.
They get presents for all the little kids?
They had presents for all the little kids. There were like 10 Chromebooks they were giving away, and another, I don't remember how many bikes. But because she gives to the community, people donate stuff to her all the time. And so she had toys left over from something earlier in the fall, and then toys specifically for Saturday.
That's not an easy feat to do, I would imagine, being in charge of something like that.
Well, she's been doing after-school programs and athletic programs for, I don't know, 30 years, more than 30 years.
I don't know, Judge, we might have to suffer through for now. but
It-
I will figure it out.
No worries, as long as it's fixed by Thursday.
Do my best.
Thank you. If this is the worst thing that happens today, it's still a good day. It's just something to get a little used to. Since these attorneys who said they'll only be gone for a minute, right, Mary Ann?
That's what I heard.
I'm okay with it. The next thing isn't scheduled till 10.
Same attorneys too for the time. Two of the
I'm sorry,
time.
Fred.
No, I'm just kind of hanging out. I said, when you're finished, I'll reboot the whole thing and maybe that'll fix
Okay, thank you.
it.
I did not know that there had been a moratorium on residential water shutoffs in Detroit since March of 2020. Oh. So Fred might reboot the whole system later, Mary Ann.
Yeah, good thing we just have a couple this morning then.
It's fine. It's just curious what happened over the weekend.
So you said you live with a diehard Lions fan, huh?
A season ticket holder. And I've been lucky that I only had to go to one game in the last 5 years. But his normal person was not available yesterday, so he told me he was going to his bench. And so I said, how deep on the bench do you have to get to me? I'm like
Did you-
fourth
did you go?
down.
Did you go?
No,
Oh,
he has somebody else who went with him.
I had a great time. It was the first game I've been to this year was yesterday. It was fun.
I'm less than reluctant, so he doesn't
NFL
ask me.
Yeah, there might not be worse pro sports fans though than NFL fans. Like just as a general, like going out, like baseball, hockey, basketball, everything. Like football fans are a little more obnoxious.
I'm just not a fan of crowds. And yeah. So the
To me-
last time I was forced to go, I guess is a better way to say it. We have two uncles that go too, and so I sent out a request to be rescued. As soon as we hadn't been sitting for 15 minutes, and I was already complaining like a little kid.
Want to go?
I did. I turned to the usher lady, same one's that's always there. I was like, please, I want to go. Anybody can have my seat. I don't care. Please help me, somebody.
Yeah, I remember probably I guess we're off the record, but yeah, when my first year in law school, there was like a leftover funds after paying for books and tuition with my student loans. And that was my idea of a good use of money was buying season tickets to the Lions that year. So I lived right next to the stadium in Brush Park at the time, so we could walk to all the games, and it was fun. But yeah, I can't really imagine it. I mean, either good that year. I mean, Lions speaking, we got beat by the Cowboys in the playoffs, but it still felt like an obligation. You know, like about halfway through the season, where it was like,
So I went to the game maybe a month, 5 weeks ago, and I had not been to a game since Aretha Franklin sang the national anthem. And the only reason I went then is because we were on the field holding the flag.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
here I
though.
am, my height, and I'm standing between my husband, who is 6'3", and this football player. Yeah, I look like a little kid hanging on to the edge of the flag.
They at least should have had you wear your robe out there.
I
bet.
appreciate that it's a nice stadium.
It is.
I mean, they did a great job with it.
It's unique. It definitely has a Detroit, uniqueness about it. When you go to other places, it's not the same cookie cutter type of, setup. It's cool.
I think the same thing about Comerica Park.
I do
Because when
too.
they were building that, I was in 36 a couple of times a week. So I watched them move the theater and I could hear the pounding, pounding, pounding as they were sinking the stadium, which makes it such a unique place to walk by.
Mhm. I'm optimistically hoping for some good Tigers teams coming again too. The city's more fun when the Tigers are playing well. I was bartending through law school, so I had like very fortunate timing when I was working downtown when the Tigers were good. So it was a huge boom to business during the summertime to have those, home games, and a lot of people need drinks and food.
The year where they had the worst year where they lost 100 and whatever, I can't even remember what the number was. We went to the last home game. I have never seen it that empty.
I remember going to the old Tiger Stadium a couple of years towards the end, and yeah, it was maybe 1,000 people scattered around that whole monster of a building. It was kind of almost a little eerie, like you didn't know if you're supposed to be there.
But when you drive by there now, it looks so small, where what do they call it? The corner
Mhm.
park? I can't remember
The
what they
corner.
call it now, but yeah.
Michigan Ave and Trumbull. Yeah, that whole area looks completely different now. It's been very much redone.
And I don't get downtown that often anymore. So when I go, I'm always surprised by what's new and exciting. And oh, there's this new mural, or oh, there's this new restaurant, this new store.
Yeah, it's Brush Park, like the area over by the stadiums and stuff. From when I was living there, and I guess it'd have been like 11 to 14. Outside of a couple of old, historic buildings or churches that haven't moved, the entire rest of the area, yeah, you wouldn't know it's the same place even when they do like the overlays of like what it looked like, before. It's pretty insane how quick the progress went. I don't know if anybody's living in some of those buildings. I'm not sure who can afford some of the square footage they've got going, and some of those like really fancy condos and lofts. I'd love to hear occupancy rates or where some of those buildings are at, because it doesn't feel like that area, just by the amount of traffic on like a non-game day, it doesn't feel like all those buildings are full. It just doesn't seem like there's that many people living down there.
Well, but the issue is that I'm a native Detroiter. So back when there was nothing there but dirt on the other side from the stadium, and then closer to, I'm trying to think. I went to the old cast. So
Okay.
my perception of that area, Cass Corridor, you can call it whatever you want to call it now, but is colored by that. Riding the bus downtown and walking from school to downtown or whatever else. But when I drive down there now, those buildings just look so out of place to me. You know what I mean?
I do. And I can only imagine having this, more of a personal connection to it, of seeing it change as the time's gone on. But yeah, just my brief time as a Detroiter, not a native Detroiter, but yeah, it's kind of hard to wrap my head around. So I can only imagine 20, 30, 15 years, you go back a little further each time. And yeah, I hope the Illiches do right by that area that they've kind of occupied now. But yeah, that surrounding cast, the new cast tech and some of that stuff, They need to follow through with what they said they were gonna do with some of the affordable housing and some of those other things. They haven't done it yet. So I'm kind of cautiously hopeful, optimistic that they do what they said they're gonna do and do what's right.
I think it always just takes time to get adjusted to the new buildings, the new whatever in the city. I mean, I remember before this building was here, the old building next door and the monument out here, you couldn't envision what a new courthouse would look like on this corner. But we
Boy,
are
do we have a-
calling 223374LT. This is Park Estates versus Gunderson. I have audio now, so may I have your appearances, please?
Morning, Your Honor. Jeremy Marks appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Good morning, Your Honor. Gabriel Lacy appearing on behalf of Ms. Gunderson.
Good morning. The last time we were here on November 30th, the parties indicated that they would be submitting a conditional dismissal. Where do we stand this morning, Mr. Marks?
We will be submitting a conditional dismissal. There was a little bit of a lapse between drafting it and then the terms, hence the reason why we're back here today. I think we completely finalized, and I'll be drafting it the next today, tomorrow, something like that, and sending to Ms. Lacy for her review and hopefully resolving the case very quickly.
That is accurate, Your Honor.
So what I would like to do, Mr. Marks and Ms. Lacy, is set a trial date that's in January. I hear you say that you don't need it, but I find that if there's not a date for something next to happen, people can be a little slow in getting paperwork into the court. Set a bench trial date of January 6, 2023 at 9 a.m. live here at number 1. We'll send out notice with that information on it. But my hope is that you are in fact able to get the conditional dismissal terms agreed to and submitted to the court well before that January 6th date.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything else in this matter, Mr. Marks?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Lacy?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. Are you expecting the Smiths to appear this morning or Perry Taylor?
No, Your Honor. I was not. I have had an opportunity to speak with all of them, and Mr. Marcus and I have already discussed what we will be doing today moving forward. Except for with Mr. Smith, he's supposed to appear because he has to appear via Zoom.
Okay. If you're ready though on Taylor, or do you want me to wait until 10 o'clock and call it?
I mean, Ms. Lacy, if you can get Smith to sign in, I'd be happy to
Let
do
me-
both right now.
Let me see if I can get Mr. Smith to sign in, Your Honor, if you could just give me a moment.
We can do Taylor as well.
He should be dialing in shortly, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr. Smith.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
No, good morning, Ms. Everett. There's someone else that just joined, ma'am, with the black and white shirt on. Your name, please?
Yeah. It's Miss Rudy Smith. Sorry. She was setting it up for me.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
This is 223384 LT. This is Park Estates versus Rudy Smith.
Gabriel. Go ahead, Ms. Marks.
Jeremy Marks appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Gabriel Lacy on behalf of Mr. Smith, Your Honor. At this moment, can I have a brief breakout room with Mr. Smith?
Absolutely. Uvir Kuar. Good morning.
Oh,
Good morning.
Good morning.
What are you here for, please?
I'm actually legal assistant Lakeshore. I'm just here to observe the courtroom.
Thank you. Miss Lacy.
yes. I'm all
What was your
set with,
name, Mr. Smith? Okay,
yeah, you might have to pull him back in.
I'm doing that right now, ma'am. Thank you. Two 3384 LT Park Estates versus Smith. I have your appearances noted. Mr. Marks, how are we proceeding this morning?
Jeremy Mark Spring on behalf of the plaintiff. Your Honor, I had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Lacy prior to this hearing. We are close to settling this matter as well. We'd be seeking a maybe a 2-week adjournment in order to hopefully resolve this completely and dismiss the case.
All right, so that's what it is. It's morphine.
And that is correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Marks, let me grab a calendar. Miss Lacy, give me one moment.
Thank you.
Unless you have any objection, we can use that same January 6th date.
I'd be fine with that, Ms. Lacy.
Yeah, I don't have an objection to the January 6th date.
We'll use that January 6th, 2023. We'll set it at 9 a.m. as well. If you resolve it before that time, just send the paperwork over to the Civil Department. January 6th, 2023 at 9 a.m. Back on Zoom. Back here with me. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Marks?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else,
No.
Ms. Lacy?
None, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Thank you for jumping on early, sir. Have a good day. Mr. Barisha?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning. What are you here for, sir?
I'm here with Attorney Zachary Shawi and Brandy Warren.
You're here as a representative from ABM Property?
Yes, as a
Okay.
witness.
I'm still looking for the attorney for Ms. Warren. So sit tight, sir. We'll get the case called as soon as we can.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you. 223385 LT Park Estates versus Perry Taylor.
Jeremy Marks appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Gabriel Lacy on behalf of Perry Taylor, who is not present to my knowledge.
And we're early. I don't mind. And we're just at 10 o'clock. Ms. Lacy, my policy is about 15 after. If you were expecting him this morning, we can wait for him to appear.
Yeah, we can give it a few minutes because I want to confirm one piece of the conditional dismissal that we've worked out with Mr. Marks.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Sung.
Good morning.
Do you need to speak to Mr. Chewy?
That would be helpful. Thank you.
Let's get you into a breakout room.
Your Honor, is it possible I could speak with Mr. Marks and Ms. Kim Kobish in a breakout room again briefly? I just got word from Mr. Taylor.
We'll put you back in room 1 where you've been previously.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mary Ann.
Welcome. Mr. Marks and Ms. Kobish, can you go back into breakout room 1, please?
Back on the record in 223385 LT Park Estates versus Perry Taylor. Your appearances are noted. Mr. Marks, how are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, we had an opportunity to speak and were able to come to a resolution by a conditional dismissal. I'd be happy to draft it and circulate it for signatures. If you would like to, put the next date for that 1/6 trial date, we should definitely be able to resolve it by then.
Thank you. January 6th, 2023 at 9 a.m. back here with me. If you don't resolve it beforehand, of course, if you get the conditional dismissal approved by all parties and circulated, just submit it to the civil department by email. We'll get it signed and get the January 6th date removed from the calendar. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Marks?
Yeah, would you like me to put the terms on the record? I kind of forgot to do that for the last one, but I'd be happy to do it if you'd like.
Would you please?
Certainly. Pay in full by December 30th.
That is correct.
Pay in full what amount?
The current rent. Go ahead.
$5,195.31 is the full amount.
That's inclusive of court costs, Your Honor.
Thank you. Anything else, Mr. Marks?
That's all we have. Thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Lacy?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Marks, are you here for the 1030?
Yes, I have 1030 Park Estates, and then I believe a 1045 with Metro Commons.
Okay, I will see you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll probably just sign off and sign back in. Thank you.
Understood. Sandy, label them all as bench trials to keep the attorneys' feet to the fire, please.
And all live.
That makes sense.
Okay, thank you.
This is 225328 LT. This is ABM Property Management versus Brandy Warren. May I have your appearances, please?
Good morning, Judge. Zachary Tree appearing on behalf of plaintiff P 83966.
Good morning, Your Honor. June Song from Lakeshore Legal Aid, P number 51498, representing defendants Brandy Warren and all occupants.
Ms. Warren, unmute yourself, please, and state your name.
Brandy Warren.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the adjourned hearing in this matter. The parties have had an opportunity to speak. Mr. Chewy, how are we proceeding this morning?
Judge, it's my understanding we submitted responsive pleadings to defendants, motion for summary disposition as well as a counterclaim. So my understanding is opposing counsel had not received it. That was emailed to him last week. I just resent it to him. I'm ready for a hearing, but my understanding is the opposing counsel wants to open up discovery.
Your Honor, just by way of background in this case, this is a termination case along with a supplemental complaint for money damages. We filed a counterclaim along with our responsive pleadings. In addition to that, we have requested a jury trial. There are various contested issues of fact. We request 60 days of discovery and for this case to be set for a trial.
And Judge, that's fine. We can set the hearing for the money judgment aspect and the counterclaims aside, but you know, we could also bifurcate this matter to deal with the issue of possession, as I don't know that there is an issue involving any issue of fact involving possession here.
Your Honor, we respectfully disagree with that assessment. There are issues that are entangled with the money judgment aspect of the case. The various affirmative defenses indicate that the landlord is not entitled to possession. There are questions as to the ownership of the property, and there's serious questions as to whether the plaintiff breached the covenant of habitability and repair. That's something that's required to be proven as on the face of the complaint. And we submit that throughout the duration of this tenancy, there have been countless of repair issues in addition to no certificate of occupancy. And all those issues are interrelated with the aspects of the money judgment. So I don't think it's judicially economical to hold two separate jury trials. In that the matters are linked together and there's common issues of fact.
Well, I don't think we need a jury trial to determine possessory interest. Our answer to the counter complaint showed our possessory interest. We attached the deed as well as the management agreement to those. So I don't know that there's an issue for that aspect of it.
Your Honor, we requested a jury trial. Whether the case is bifurcated or not, we're still entitled to a trial in the matter to parse out the issues of fact.
I'm sorry. And Mr. Chewy, were you saying that Mr. Sung had not received your amended complaint? The court received it on December 6th.
I had emailed it to him also on that date. He has claimed that he did not get it. I resent it to him and he has confirmed the receipt of it this morning.
That's correct, Your Honor. This is the first time that we're seeing the amended complaint that was filed and sent to us by email. It was sent to this time sent to my private email address, and I did receive it. And also in the meantime, Your Honor, we had filed an amended complaint, adding on an account for a violation of Elliott Larson Civil Rights Act and Fair Housing Act. And I think that may have been filed at the same time or sometime near the time that the amended complaint was filed. So I don't know if Mr. Chewy has had an opportunity to review that and respond. So that's another issue that also has to be addressed.
Sorry, did you file an amended counter complaint?
Oh, we did. And that was filed on Wednesday. And that would be the 7th.
Okay, I've not received that, but I don't believe that that impacts the issue of possession.
Your Honor, if there's a violation of the Federal Fair Housing Act or Elliott Larson Civil Rights Act, in addition to the other affirmative defenses that we have asserted, that would be a defense to the termination case. Those would be improper reasons why the landlord would not be entitled to possession. And for those reasons, we respectfully request that a jury trial be scheduled to decide the facts on those issues.
Mr. Chui, the court agrees with Mr. Sung. Just trying to figure out if we do 60 days discovery, that puts us towards the middle of February. And Mr. Sung, do you anticipate additional motions in this matter?
We do not, Your Honor. We filed a motion for summary disposition, but we don't anticipate additional motions at this time.
And the motion for summary disposition, Mr. Chui, were the deed and the management agreement that you submitted. The
We
court
submit-
received that at the same time as the amended complaint.
Correct.
So,
So,
Mr. Sung, is that what you hadn't received, the response to your motion?
That's correct, Your Honor. So if there in fact is a management agreement that was submitted along with the amended complaint, we would withdraw that motion, MSD motion that we filed. But I haven't had a chance to review that yet this morning, Your Honor.
and if the court is wanting to adjourn the matter, I would then ask for an escrow for rent.
And that was next on the list of things to do because our next jury trial date, we have a January date, but that's within that 60 days for the discovery. Mary Ann, I was looking for that March date. The 24th, well, we have some other things scheduled, maybe March the 10th. For a jury trial date. Escrow order. Plaintiff's request for escrow order is granted. Mr. Chui, if you want to submit that order to the court for entry, I'm looking at this. 60 days discovery with a March 10th, 2023 jury trial date.
Sorry, Judge, that was March 10th.
I'm sorry.
That was March 10th, you said?
Yes, sir. I don't see anything else scheduled that day, Mary Ann.
Yeah, I don't either.
What I'd like to have you do, gentlemen, is back on February 17th. At 9 a.m. Just as the conference before trial, if you're able to resolve the matter, have some conversation that day, but that would also be the deadline to file your exhibit, witness list, and proposed jury instructions. Back to the escrow order. What is the monthly rent in this matter?
Let me take a quick look. Mr. Barishaw, do you have that info off the top of your head?
Yes, $1,500 per month.
Ms. Warren, is that correct?
No, it's $1,450.
Look at the lease agreement. It states in the lease agreement, it's 1,500.
Okay, I don't have the lease sitting right in front of me. You have it?
The lease does.
So it's 1,500. I'm looking at the lease in the file.
Your Honor, willing to stipulate to 1,500. That's fine.
Okay.
Mr. Chewy and Mr. Song, have you had conversation about the repair issues that the defendant has raised in their answer and in their counter complaint?
Well, we have not had an opportunity to discuss that, Your Honor.
Mr. Song, this court's intention is not to deny your client her right to present her allegations to a jury. There was a jury demand made back in November. But summary proceedings from this court's perspective should be shortened to the point, and we're already talking about March dates. And so I would encourage the two of you between now and the time you reappear on February 17th at 9 a.m. to, if possible, at least have conversations about what the trial looks like so that everyone's on the same page about the repair issues or your allegations of habitability.
Of course,
The
Your Honor.
jury trial on March 10th will start at 9 a.m. and this court only allows one day for these types of trials, and there's no reason why the trial should be more than a couple of hours. So
Agreed, Your
I don't
Honor.
want it to be a wide open minutia of repairs, of the allegations of the repairs that need to be made. And I'm sorry, Mr. Chewy, was there something you wanted to say?
Nothing further from me, Judge.
Anything else, Mr. Song?
Nothing else, Your Honor.
February 17, 2023 at 9 a.m. unless the parties resolve the case before then. Ms. Warren, good luck to you, ma'am. I'll see you in a couple of months. Thank you for
Thank
joining us, Mr. Barisha.
Thank you, Judge. And Mr. Sung, can you forward me the amended counter complaint again?
I will do that, Mr. Choi.
All right, thank you, sir.
Have a great day.
You too.
Goodbye, Your Honor.
Bye, sir. Good to see you.
Bye.
Mr. Evans and Ms. Finley,
Yes.
good morning. Good to see you again.
Good morning.
Sandy, that February 17th date should be noted as a pretrial.
Were you watching me type, Judge? Because I was just asking you that.
No, I wasn't watching you type, but I know what my notes say to myself and what it might sound like to you.
So that's for pretrial?
That's for pretrial with the trial date, the jury trial date of that March 10th date. The February 17th date will be by Zoom. The jury
Okay.
trial, of course, will be live.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, Ms. Harris.
Morning, Your Honor.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm doing well.
I want to put this up a little higher or not.
You're fine, Mr. Harris.
Okay, thank you.
I'm just waiting for Mr. Marks to return. He was here earlier on some other matters.
Hey, Dad, put yourself on mute.
Okay.
Ms. Harris, did you need to speak to Mr. Marks?
Yes, please.
Can you please include Ms. Kobish as well? Thank you.
Is there really a jury trial in courtroom number 2 this morning, Mary Ann?
There must not be because Heather just walked out of my office.
Good morning, Mr. Morosky.
Good morning. Apologize for lateness, but I filed 2 appearances for hearings this morning. One at 10:45, Metro Commons versus Jenny Finley, and the second one at 11 a.m., Rawsonville Woods versus Crystal Lee.
Your appearances have not yet reached either file.
Yes, I apologize. They were literally filed this morning.
No worries. Do you need to speak to Mr. Evans and Ms. Finley?
Yes, and then whoever the representatives from Swistack Levine when they arrive.
It's Jeremy Marks. He's here on some earlier matters. When we get done with those 2, I'll make sure you get connected with him.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Judge. It's Sandy. I just wanted to let you know we did receive those appearances and I entered them.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yep, thank you.
Madam Clerk?
Yes.
Oh, I meant Judge Clerk, Judge's Clerk, but hi, Sandy, it's David.
Hi.
Were you trying to get my secretary's attention?
Yes, sorry.
Yep, I'm here.
When I speak to Mr. Marks, can my clients follow me in there as well?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Excuse me, Judge.
Yes, Miss Everett.
May I also be in that breakout room with the client?
With, well, yes.
Thank you.
Which client is that?
She's with
Finley
the
Evans.
later case, the Metro Commons case,
Okay.
1045.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Marianne, I'm not going far. If the attorneys are ready, I'll come right back out.
Is Mr. Marks in a different breakout room?
Yes, he is.
Okay, I'll just go ahead and wait in mine then.
Okay.
You're fine, Mr. Harris. Mr. Hadley? Mr. Hadley, we have two misdemeanors in the hopper. They, indication to Andy's that they waived MIDC. But if you could hang around for just a
Absolutely.
moment. in
I'm not
case they
going
have a
anywhere.
Change of heart. Okay.
Well, put my tie back on.
Tiffany, can you hear me? Do you know who she is, Judge, by chance?
I've been trying to get her attention.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Ma'am, what are you here for?
My cousin, I'm on here with my aunt. We're waiting. My cousin is supposed to be arraigned.
Who's your cousin, ma'am?
Anthony Graham.
Anthony Graham?
Yes, ma'am.
Graham?
Yes, ma'am.
I have not received that file as of yet. Was it the police department or the court that told you that they would be arraigned this morning?
The clerk from the wherever he's arrested at. So I'm assuming the police department, I'm gonna say.
It is, because we don't arrest people here.
Okay.
I don't have the file. I don't have that name, but ma'am, if you want to stay muted, is Miss Moss also?
Yes.
Okay. I don't have the files, but if they're going to be arraigned this morning, we'll be doing it here hopefully in the next 15, 20 minutes. I just don't have that information.
Okay. So what should we do?
You should stay here, stay
Okay.
muted, and we'll follow up with our, the clerk that prepares the arraignment files.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Thank you. Thank you for returning to the main session. Have some arraignments that are coming through here soon. I didn't want you to get stuck behind those. This is 223388 LT. This is Park Estates versus Laura Singleton and Carl Singleton. May I have your appearances, please?
Jeremy Marks appearing on,
Sorry,
Ms.
Mr.
Harris.
Marks.
Jeremy Marks appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Tabitha Harris, appearing on behalf of, Mr. and Mrs. Singleton. Is Ms. Singleton with you guys? Oh, here she comes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Let's get them to unmute themselves.
Unmute, Dad.
Okay,
Today is the day and time set for the adjourned hearing in this matter. When we were here back on November 30th, the parties seemed relatively close to a resolution. Where do things stand this morning, Mr. Marks?
Your Honor, we did come to a resolution in this matter. If I may, just to confirm, and part of the resolution is the release of escrow funds to my client. Can I confirm with the court the amount of funds held in escrow at this time for the Singletons, please?
$2,619.
Perfect. Thank you. I would I mean, I know courts do it differently, Your Honor. I would request, and Ms. Harris would be in agreement to this pursuant to I'll draft a conditional dismissal to this effect, but a release of the escrow funds in order to resolve this case. My client will be waiving court costs in the matter, which should resolve my client's non-payment case. And Ms. Harris also agreed to dismiss with prejudice the Singleton's counterclaims against my client.
Thank you.
Your Honor, if I may, I can draft a, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
No, you're about to answer my question. Go ahead, sir.
I can draft a conditional dismissal saying the court shall, or the court will release escrow and the terms that I placed on the record. If you'd like it that way, I logistically, I don't know how you'd want to handle it.
You could, yes, include that provision that the escrow will be released to plaintiff in your, there should be space on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Those
I
extra
could,
lines for that.
yeah, there's no problem with that. I just want to make sure that's how you want me to craft it, and that's fine.
Absolutely. And I'll make sure that when it's signed, it goes back to the Civil Department for processing, that it's clear that that's what should happen with those funds. This matter is currently on track to have a jury trial scheduled. Ms. Harris, are your clients, is Ms. Singleton and Mr. Singleton waiving the right to that jury trial?
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
What we'll do and what we've been doing in these matters, Ms. Harris, is using January 6, 2023 as a control date. So what I will do is say that this case is scheduled for trial on that day at 10 a.m. That's more to keep you and Mr. Marks on track to getting a conditional dismissal submitted to the court than expecting you to actually have a trial on that day.
That's fine. Thank you, Your Honor.
Once you have the fully executed conditional dismissal, please submit it to the Civil Department. You may send that by email. Otherwise, we will have a live trial here on January 6, 2023 at 10 a.m. in courtroom number 1. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Marks?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else in the Singleton matter, Ms. Harris?
Nothing further. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. This is 223390 LT. This is Park Estates versus Arnold Harris and Victoria Harris.
Jeremy Marks appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Tabitha Harris appearing on behalf of Arnold and Victoria Harris.
I know I had that file, but now I don't have the physical file. But Mr. Marks, we were here for an adjourned hearing in this matter. Last time we were here, the parties were close to a resolution. Where do things stand this morning?
We are very close. We have a resolution, Your Honor. Like the last case, I'll be crafting a conditional dismissal with the release of escrow funds. There will be a small remaining balance after. Oh, and I guess first and foremost, Your Honor, can I confirm how much there is being held in escrow?
Thank you. I left the file on my desk. There's $3,024.
Perfect. Yep. So I'll be crafting a conditional dismissal with
Thank you, Marianne.
release of the escrow funds to my client. There'll be a small remaining balance to be paid. And then In addition, client would be waiving court costs and the counterclaims filed by the Harrises against my client will be dismissed with prejudice.
Is that accurate, Ms. Harris?
That is correct, Your Honor.
As in the prior case, this court will set the matter for an in-person bench trial on January 6, 2023 at 10 a.m. If the parties are able to execute and submit the conditional dismissal to the civil department before that time, the court will enter that and remove the trial from the calendar. Anything else, Mr. Marks?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Harris?
Nothing further. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you both for working towards a resolution of this matter. Good luck to you, Mr. and Mrs. Harris.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good day. Thank you, Ms. Harris.
You too.
Mr. Marks, Mr. Morowski has filed an appearance in the Evans and family matter. He's waiting to go into a breakout room to discuss the case with you.
Absolutely, Your Honor. May I ask if there's anyone from Metro Commons?
Yes, Ms. Everett's in there waiting for you.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Rodney and Charlena Cheney. Cheney. Rodney and Charlena Cheney.
Yes, hi, Your Honor.
Good morning. What are you here for, please?
Yes, I'm here for Anthony Graham. I apologize. I was having problems with my computer.
No, you're fine. We just want to make sure that people are in the right place. I indicated previously that this court has not received the arraignment pack for Mr. Graham.
Oh, I see.
But you're welcome to sit there muted.
Okay. All right.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Mhm.
Good morning, Ms. Spears.
Good morning, Judge. I just wanted to give you an update on the arraignment.
Anthony Graham.
We actually have Paul Dupont at Van Buren, and we have John Johnson at Van Buren. The Belleville defendant that you mentioned, they are still waiting for the charges to come back from the prosecutor, so I don't have any paperwork on Graham yet.
Okay. If you don't have the paperwork, it's not going to happen this morning. I'm happy to do it this afternoon.
Sounds good.
Okay.
The other two, Paul Dupont, Van Buren, I have his files ready, but if you'd like, we can hold both Van Buren arraignments at the same time. And the other Van Buren file, I'm waiting for probation to write up their recommendation on it because it is a probation case.
I'm not ignoring you, ma'am. I'm just looking to see if that's realistic. Oh. Probation is writing it up. And they both waived MIDC.
Correct.
Unless Van Buren objects, we'll do it in the afternoon.
Okay, do you want me to tell them a certain time?
1:30?
Okay. I will call them and let them know.
Do you know if Mr. Graham was waiving MIDC?
No, I don't have anything on Graham
Okay.
yet because they don't send paperwork over until they get the charges back.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So, Mr. Halley, that answers the $1 million question. But if you will be around, if we need someone this afternoon?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Just
Thank
give me a
you.
holler, call me. I may have to, I think Andy, yeah, no. You call me anytime you want, Judge. Just call me on my cell phone. I may have to step away from my desk for a little bit.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Tiffany, Ms. Moss, and the Cheneys.
Yes, ma'am.
The court does not have the paperwork for Mr. Graham. If they send over the paperwork, the arraignment will be this afternoon, tentatively 1:30.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Morton, did you speak to Mr. Markowski from Lakeshore on the Crystal Lee matter?
Yes, I did. I did speak to Mr. Morosky, and he's speaking with another attorney right now. He just needs to speak with his client, and then we're going to see if we can get this thing resolved.
Thank you. This is 223088LT. This is Metro Commons versus Lloyd Evans and Jeannie Finley. May I have your appearances, please?
Jeremy Marks appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Good morning, Your Honor. David Morowski, bar number 57261, on behalf of Ms. Finley. I am in the process of being retained by Mr. Evans as well.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the adjourned hearing in this matter. We were here back on November 30th. Parties have had an opportunity to speak. Mr. Marks, how are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, we would be requesting a 3-week adjournment in order to for Mr. Morowski to look into the pending Sarah application funds that should be approved and paid over. It just haven't yet. So we're requesting a little more time. And we'll
I thought
hopefully
that was the basis of the last adjournment. There was 43 recertification approved. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll use that January 6th date.
That's fine, Your Honor.
That's fine, Your Honor. And Your Honor, regarding the missing payments, we did confirm with Wayne Metro that the 4333 payment had not been issued, and we're pressing for it to be issued this week. We're arranging for it to be picked up by Miss Finley, and then that's the other payment. That's the other issue. That's why I'm getting involved to find out where that money went, why it hasn't been resent to Metro Commons.
Thank you. Mr. Markowski, we have some other matters that we have on January 6, 2023. That's a Friday at 9 a.m. I'll put this one at 9 a.m. as well. If you are able to work out a conditional dismissal or some other settlement before that date, please submit it to the Civil Department in lieu of appearing that morning at that time. Anything else, Mr. Marks?
Your Honor, just to confirm, would that be a bench trial then? Is that how you would like to proceed on that one?
Is that what you wanna call it? We can call it that.
Okay. I don't think it's going to go to trial, but you know, I just want to make sure I have the notes proper. Thanks.
Thank you. Anything else on behalf of the defendants?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Your Honor. Have a great day.
Have a good day, Mr. Marks.
You too. Thank you very much.
And then has you had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Morton on the Lee matter?
Yes, I did, but an offer had been made, and I need to speak to Miss Lee about that offer.
Okay, Mary Ann will get you into a breakout room with her.
Thank you.
See, Mary Ann, January 6th sounds far away, but it's not really.
I know.
Ugh.
No, I like that. I'm ready for it.
And I learned that when I just don't set next dates and wait for the attorneys to submit paperwork, I get a note from Sandy. They're on the no progress docket because we haven't received paperwork.
I appreciate that, Judge.
Your Honor, could I ask a question?
Can you?
May I?
Absolutely, Mr. Morton.
I just wanted to confirm, was it if the court's closed on the 23rd and 30th?
We are closed on the 23rd and the 30th. Yes, sir.
Okay, wonderful. Just as we're figuring out calculations of 10-day time periods and all the rest of these things and processing, we just want to be able to, my office just trying to get an idea of where things are at. We have some courts that we had one judge who said, your vacation time does not control my docket. At one point when we were, when one attorney said, well, was it legal aid's closed on the 23rd? And he was a little frustrated by that, which was entertaining. But so yeah, I just want to get an idea so we know, was it as we're planning, was it schedules and everything? So I appreciate that.
I show us closed the 23rd, the 26th, the 30th, and then Mary Ann, I'm waving it at you. This is that one-page calendar.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know where, are they downstairs somewhere?
One-page calendar. I don't even.
Let me show.
I don't know what that is. No, I don't know where that came from.
Okay.
I'll help you find one.
Oh, you know what? No, this is from Public Service Credit Union.
Oh.
And I have it marked up with our civil dates and our criminal dates and the court closing dates. So that's what I've been using to kind of keep track of our schedule this year.
I don't
And
believe we
keep-
picked any up from public service, Judge, yet.
I need to go over there then. I've seen Josh and I forgot to ask him. I don't care where it comes from, but it's helpful versus having the whole calendar out here all the time. So Mary Ann, I think we should put something on that Christmas tree.
You think we should do what with the Christmas
Put
tree?
something on that Christmas tree. I think maybe lottery tickets. I think it can handle the weight of lottery tickets.
The one that's out in the hallway or the cute little one you just put up?
The one in the hallway.
Yeah. Where'd that come from? Did you do that?
Wait, are we not talking about the same one?
Wait, there's one outside of your courtroom door, and then there's the one that you just put in the inflatable.
There's one on the mezzanine?
Yeah.
Right here?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. I haven't been out there today.
Yeah.
Oh, let me go look. If he comes back with Miss Lee, I'm just at the door.
Okay, you got it.
No, I did not know that was out there.
Yeah, it's been at least a week.
No.
Yeah.
I've been out in the hallway in the last week.
Can we have Mr. Morton join us in the breakout room, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
That has not been out there for a week.
The person who just signed on, can you hear me?
I've been trying to get them to start their video
Oh, okay.
and the audio's still not connected. There we are. Good morning. What are you here for? Ma'am with the white t-shirt on?
Yes.
Your audio is bad. What case are you here for? Ma'am?
Judge, if no one may speak, she's here for the Metro Commons case.
She's here for the Metro Commons case.
Yes, we
She's
don't know
already
if
in the
the,
breakout room. She must be on 2 devices. There's already somebody here for your case in the breakout room with the attorneys.
okay, because the attorney wasn't clear. We had a discussion and it wasn't clear. They said, well, we'll just wait on the judge, but we talked about adjournment, so neither one of us is actually clear on our next
Oh,
step.
I'm sorry. Miss Everett, that's my mistake. This is not that case. The Evans and Finley is your case,
Correct,
right?
yeah.
They're
Yes.
already gone. We did adjourn that case to January 6th at 9 a.m.
Okay, January 6th, 9 a.m.
Back on
Okay.
Zoom.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, let's try this again. Ma'am. Gentlemen, I forced you out of the breakout because this court has some other matters to attend to. This is 224651 LT. This is Rawsonville Woods versus Crystal Lee.
Your Honor, for the record, Attorney Ian Morton of Palace Law on behalf of Rawsonville Woods.
Good morning, Your Honor. David Morowski, 57261 on behalf of Crystal Lee.
Morosky and Mr. Morton, today's the end time set for hearing on the plaintiff's request for an eviction in this matter. You had a brief opportunity to speak. Any resolution, Mr. Morton?
No, Your Honor, the parties have not been able to resolve this matter at this time, but we have agreed to an adjournment with the following terms, Your Honor. Was it that there'll be an escrow account created, $1,272 shall be placed in escrow within 7 days by Miss Lee. That represents this is a manufactured housing community when she rents both the home and the lot. So that represents the rent for the home and the lot, along with the pet fee, a shed fee, and a school tax fee. And then additionally, the payment shall then become due on the 5th of each month thereafter. So there'll be a January 5th, escrow payment as well, expectation. And then we'd like to have this matter set for the January 6th date, Your Honor, which I believe you'd already provided before. In the meantime, the attorneys will be communicating on this matter with the goal of trying to resolve it to avoid having to come back.
January 6, 2023 by Zoom at 10 a.m. In number one, escrow of $1,272 to be placed with the court within the next 7 days. The next rental payment, lot, home, pet fees, etc., school fee is due on the 5th of January. The parties resolve the case before that January 6, 2023 date. Please submit the signed paperwork to the civil department by email. Anything else on behalf of the plaintiff?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else on behalf of the defendant?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll see you in January. Other than that, that concludes this court's docket for the day. Mary Ann, with this courtroom stands adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.